We are here today because a black woman was assaulted by 3 people right here in this very spot.
100 strong, because over here, we like to keep things 100 strong. What's that word, family? Hey, man, check this out.
Brush, apply the brush, apply the brush, apply the brush, yeah, brush, apply the brush.
Folks, I'm pretty sure most of y'all heard about what happened in New York City when a black woman was attacked by Latino immigrants. If you don't know, let me play you this.
I couldn't tell that I was getting hit in the head and everything. I was just trying to defend myself at the time.
Cell phone video shows 21-year-old Jada McPherson taking blow after blow.
It just all happened so fast. Her agenda was to pull my head. That was their main agenda. Like it's 3 against 1, and I'm like 130 pounds barely.
The fight started over an issue New Yorkers know all too well.
Parking is like hard to find.
McPherson said she was returning home from work when she was trying to park her car on Putnam Avenue near Onderdonk Avenue in Ridgewood, Queens, Monday evening.
The guy, he came and put a garbage can behind my car to like prevent me to park. I circled the block like 3-4 times. I came back and I'm like, it's been like 30 minutes and you're still here.
A verbal altercation with the man and 2 other women, police identified as Andrea Dumitru and Sabrina Starman.
I'm not gonna lie, I called her an immigrant, but she called me a slave and she called me a monkey.
Quickly turned violent. Medics treated McPherson at the scene and arrested Dumitru and Starman. Neighbors say they are family and there have been issues with them holding parking spots for years.
It's not worth fighting. But across the street with the garbage cans, they're trying to hold the spot. He sits there monitoring it, and that's what happened.
I heard voices and looked out the window and saw arms flying. If you're coming home at rush hour, it can take like up to an hour to find parking.
McPherson says she's ready to put this tragedy behind her and has even found a lesson through it all.
It gives you a different look at life. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, certain things, you just have to like let it be.
Police have charged 45-year-old Andrea Dumitru and 21-year-old Sabrina Starman with assault. Authorities are still looking for a 3rd individual.
Well, folks, thank God that these people are facing charges for this situation. All right, so it was a big deal about this because it appeared that nobody actually aided this black woman. This young 21-year-old black woman who was just minding her business coming home from work. All right, so it was a couple of things going on here, man. And when I look at this video, this is a Democrat's wet dream. A transgender, Latino, and a black person. But guess what? They want to hide stories like this underneath the rug. This is what happens when immigrants get their numbers up, right? And you notice what the news did. The news said that she was attacked by 2 women and a man, when in all actuality, she was attacked by 2 men and a woman. The thing is, one of them supposed to be trans or whatever. And that's why we got to push back against that Democratic agenda. They want to have all of these groups above black people. They want the trans people above blacks. They want the immigrants above blacks, right? What ended up happening was the Latino community came out and said, no, those people were not Latino. Those were people from another country. But we got this brother right here who happened to work in that area, and he tell us exactly who it was.
I know I'm mad late to the story and even covering this shit, but I've saw the videos for the past couple of days, and I'm just listening to the commentary and stuff like that. Now, this woman, this lady right here, she posted a video, saying that the people were Romanian and not Latino and not Hispanic or whatever. And I just want to say, she did hit some points on this shit when she said if that shit wouldn't have happened in Jamaica, Queens. Now, I'm from Jamaica, Queens, born and raised in Jamaica, Queens, and they would have been on these, like, they would have been on all 3 of their asses if this was Jamaica, Queens. But it was definitely in Ridgewood. So, and I just want to say, I had a bus route. I used to drive for New York City Transit. I had a bus route in Ridgewood, Queens. Nothing but Latinos and Hispanics, man. Anyway, so you're telling me basically a non-Spanish speaking person can learn Spanish, right? So in the heat of a moment, this non-speaking Spanish person that learned Spanish is going to bust out in Spanish in the heat of a moment of an argument. No, ma'am, they're not. They're going to speak English because that's their native language, right? Now, a person that is a native speaking Spanish person, right? They're going to bust out in Spanish.
That brother right, man. I'm not finna start speaking Spanish if I attack somebody or if I'm upset. I'm gonna speak English, and y'all gonna know that I'm from Chicago by how I talk. So when these people got angry and upset, they let that Latino come out of them. That's what that was. But black people ain't stand for that. We got these brothers out here that showed up for this black woman. So check this out.
We are here today because a black woman was assaulted by 3 people right here in this very spot. And only one person in this whole entire neighborhood did something about it. We find that to be highly problematic. We are talking directly to you cowards who jumped one 21-year-old woman. We here now. We here now. We here to represent our people, and we here to let you know that if you call a black person and assault them, we will bring the entire zoo to your front door. Because this is what we are not having. We are not having. I don't care what neighborhood it is. I don't care where you from. You will not attack a black woman. You will not attack black people and get away with it. And get away with it. Now the numbers is even. Come downstairs instead of recording us on your camera. Come downstairs. When people show up to address the issue, you want to apologize. But what I saw the other day was you kicking a woman who was down on the ground. A 21-year-old woman was beat right here in this very spot. And I tell you, if it was a white woman, y'all wouldn't have let it happen like that. If it was a white woman, if it was a Jewish woman,
everything y'all did,
everybody in New York would be outside right now. But because it's a black woman, y'all think it's gonna slide. But we're not letting nothing slide. We don't need the whole New York out here. We got about 20, 30 warriors who will stand up for black people.
Shout out to them brothers for standing up for that woman, coming out there to show up and show out, even though that's not their community. That's the Latino community. So something could have happened to those brothers. They put their lives in danger just by going out there trying to protest for this woman. And we even heard one of the brothers say, come on outside, fight me. But if that brother fought that trans person, that'd be a hate crime. Why isn't this a hate crime? They attacked that woman, calling her slaves and monkeys. This should be a hate crime, right? Now, she said a little bit more to this street interviewer right here. So I'm going to play this and I'll be back.
I just work for the summer and I come here for the summer because I'm from New York. So usually I just rent out either an apartment or a room or something like that. So basically I was coming from work that day. That's why I was by myself. And I was supposed to go see my friend before. That's the crazy part. But I just wanted to go home and take a shower.
And so you live like over here, somewhere in the area?
Yeah, but I'm moving. The leasing agency that gave me the apartment, they seen the...
They saw the video?
Yeah. And they moved me, like just free and everything like that. So they just moved me.
So this parking spot where this black car is at, nobody was parked there.
No.
But it was just a trash can.
Yeah. And then
was it a trash can there prior to you trying to park there, or they put it there?
Basically, when I pulled up and then he seen me trying to park, he basically came, put the trash can behind me and sat there.
Yeah.
So it's like I can't run him over. I can't so I came out and I tried to talk to him. I'm like, you can't sit there and hold a spot with a trash can.
Yeah, because it's not your
property. So basically, I just went around the block a couple times, came back, and then he just was enraged because I probably came back. that was a chance for, yes, that wasn't a woman. Everybody, and then the news posted
that was the mother and daughter, but that wasn't a daughter.
Mad. I was like, that is not.
I guess they were respecting the pronouns.
Yeah, but it's like he's biologically a man. He shouldn't be putting his hand on a woman, any woman.
So they basically tried to say, "Oh, you called him an immigrant first." No, he called you a monkey. He said, "I'm not arguing with a transgender."
Yes. First, I said I'm not arguing with a transgender because I don't fight. I'm not gonna fight a man. I'm like 130 pounds. What do I look like fighting a man? He was like 6 feet, like all the way right here, and they took like 3 men to get me down to the floor.
Folks, when it all boils down, they had no reason to put their hands on that black woman. Shout out to those brothers for standing up and coming out there. As far as the neighbors not jumping in, they part of the problem. So we got to do something ourselves. The Democrats want to see trans men like this in cells with females. Donald Trump want to send trans men like this in cells with men where they belong. It's a clear and cut thing right here, folks. Trump is right. We got to get rid of some of these people because we're not right yet in America. Once we get right, then we can work on opening the floodgates to America. But right now, we got to close those gates. We got to let those immigrants know that Black Americans are not nothing to be laughed at, joked about, or played with in America, our homeland. Ladies and gentlemen, tell me how y'all feel about this. I'll be back with more news and commentary. Peace.
I apply the pressure. I apply the pressure. I apply the pressure. Yeah, pressure. I apply the pressure.